Hello, aspiring hunters. Welcome to the Hunter Experience. The Kurta Clan is one of the most fascinating and mysterious groups in the Hunter x Hunter universe, and it remains a topic that sparks many discussions among the fans of the series. Some, like me, tend to believe that the story of the clan is intertwined with the Dark Continent, an unexplored land full of mysteries which remains shrouded in shadows and darkness, both physically and symbolically. And perhaps this is the place that explains the true power of the clan, their extraordinary abilities, and of course, the feared Red Eyes, whose powers are known to be absolutely unique and rare. If you're prepared for the incredible hunter journey, click like and subscribe to the channel to join our troop. Don't forget to comment on who your favorite character is in Hunter x Hunter. Now, let's continue with this incredible story. First of all, it's important to remember that the Dark Continent, despite its remote location and almost impenetrable mystery, is a place that certainly exerts a significant influence over everything related to extremely powerful Nen abilities. What is known about the continent is mostly based on assumptions. However, something that has always caught my attention is the lack of clear information about the Dark Continent, which ends up creating a perfect space for the creation of legends, myths, and possibly explanations about ancestral powers that have not yet been fully revealed. When we talk about the Kurta, it's impossible not to mention the most characteristic element of their existence, the Red Eyes. This phenomenon, which occurs when a Kurta is in an extreme emotional state, can be seen as the key to the true nature of the clan. The Red Eyes are not just a physical characteristic, but also the turning point at which the Kurta's Nen reaches a new dimension of power. This phenomenon reveals something that, in a way, connects the Kurta clan to the Dark Continent. Could the Kurta's Nen power have its roots in the Dark Continent? Or is the continent merely a reflection of the wild and primitive nature of the Kurta? A place where emotions can be manifested with such intensity that Nen power is unleashed almost without limits. The transformation of the eyes and the consequent change in Nen that occurs in the Kurta are, for me, one of the most intriguing characteristics of this story. As we know, Nen is a complex ability that can be manipulated and shaped in countless ways. But when the Red Eyes are activated, something unique happens. It's not just an increase in strength or power, but rather a complete change in the essence of the person. Nen, in this state, becomes almost unbeatable, something that goes beyond the mere amplification of physical or mental power. I think this kind of transformation might be related to the wild and unexplored environment of the Dark Continent. Perhaps at some point in the history of the Kurta, their Nen abilities were intensified or enhanced by an external influence, something linked to the very environment that surrounded them. It's possible that the Dark Continent was the birthplace of powerful Nen lineages, and that the Kurta, with their red eyes, are a manifestation of these forces. Who knows, maybe the red eyes are not just an emotional consequence of a Kurta's psychological state, but also a key that connects the clan's life energy to a cosmic or universal power present in that shadowy continent. We cannot forget that Nen is deeply connected to the spirit and emotions, and when a Kurta feels a whirlwind of intense feelings, their eyes are the window to immeasurable power. Furthermore, the relationship between the Kurta and the Dark Continent may be far more complex than imagined. Some might argue that the Dark Continent is a place where the forces of nature, or perhaps entities from another plane of existence, influence people's Nen. Perhaps the transformation of the eyes is in some way a direct manifestation of this power that exists in the Dark Continent. But this raises another question. Is the Kurta's Nen power something unique, or do other tribes or lineages on the Dark Continent possess similar or even more powerful abilities? I would say there's a strong possibility that the Dark Continent harbors other groups whose Nen powers are as impressive as the Kurta's, but with their own characteristics and lesser-known traits. The story of the Kurta, as an isolated and persecuted clan, leads us to question the true purpose of their red eyes. It's not just a physical trait that causes fascination, but rather a hidden power that could be the key to understanding the vast potential of Nen. I think the fact that the Kurta were hunted for their rare ability, the red eyes, indicates that they were in possession of something very valuable, something many wanted to exploit, control, or even destroy. This also makes us think about what else might exist on the Dark Continent, a land where for sure there are not only the known tribes. Perhaps the power of the red eyes is just the tip of the iceberg, and that if explored correctly, it could reveal even more mysteries about Nen and the very history of the universe. I don't believe that the Kurta are the only ones to possess such a unique Nen-related ability on the Dark Continent. If that were true, it would be quite a coincidence, since the Dark Continent seems to be a place that houses a great diversity of life forms and undiscovered powers. Perhaps just like the Kurta, there are other tribes or civilizations that have powerful and unique Nen abilities, but have not yet been introduced into the main narrative of the series. The Dark Continent, with its vast expanse and mysterious landscapes, certainly offers the perfect setting for the emergence of new clans and even more impressive Nen abilities. Perhaps the future journeys of the Hunters will reveal these new groups, further expanding knowledge about the unknown powers that the Dark Continent holds. The mystery surrounding the Dark Continent and the Kurta, their origins, the Red Eyes, and the relationship between them and Nen is undoubtedly one of the most fascinating parts of the Hunter x Hunter story. Each new clue, each new revelation, takes us deeper into a maze of possibilities, where nothing is really what it seems to be. Perhaps in the end, the true secret of the Red Eyes and the Dark Continent lies in something we still don't fully understand. A hidden power that will only reveal itself as more pieces of the story fall into place. And until then, we will continue to speculate and explore the countless possibilities that this narrative offers us. I believe that Kurapika's role in the unfolding of the story, particularly in the Dark Continent arc, may be much deeper and more significant than simply the pursuit of justice or retribution. His journey may be a crucial key to revealing the mysteries that surround not only the Kurta clan, but also the Dark Continent itself, a place full of secrets and potentialities that could change the course of his life and even the understanding of all hunters regarding Nen and its origins. Kurapika, throughout his quest for revenge against the Phantom Troop and the collection of his clan's Red Eyes, has already demonstrated an unparalleled ability to control and manipulate his Nen, especially with the use of Chain Jail and Judgment Chain. These powers are reflections of his emotional strength, the mourning for the loss of his people, but also of his incredible capacity to adapt and overcome adversity. This connection with his emotions, in a way similar to what happens with the Kurta when their eyes turn red, could be a key point for his evolution. I believe that Kurapika is on the verge of discovering something deeper about his lineage, something that goes beyond the simple pursuit of revenge or the desire to recover his ancestors' eyes. I think the Dark Continent, with its vast unexplored lands, might be the setting where Kurapika will finally find more than just traces of his clan. Perhaps he will uncover forgotten secrets that reveal the origins of the Kurta Clan, something beyond what he knows, and that could change the way he sees Nen and his own identity. The Dark Continent is, for him, the next step in a journey that is both external and internal. If the Dark Continent is indeed the birthplace of the Kurta, or if the power the Kurta possess is somehow connected to this territory, it wouldn't be surprising if Kurapika, with his deep knowledge of Nen and his determination, becomes the key to unlocking a part of his people's history that has remained hidden for so long. I believe that Kurapika's reunion with his ancestors will not be a simple event or a search for answers about what happened to his clan. He may discover that the Kurta, before becoming an isolated and hunted tribe, played a much more significant role in the great power game involving the Dark Continent. Perhaps his clan was a link between the world we know and the primordial or spiritual forces that exist on the Dark Continent. Imagine that by exploring this ancestral connection, Kurapika might awaken facets of Nen that not only increase his strength, but also reveal the true extent of his potential. This leads me to think that the discovery of the Dark Continent will not only be about knowledge, but also about transformation. He might see himself as part of something much greater, a network of power and ancient wisdom that could redefine what he knows about his own lineage. Whatever secret the Dark Continent holds, I believe that Kurapika, by delving into this mystery, will undergo a true metamorphosis. He will no longer be just the last surviving member of an extinct clan, but someone who, through reconnecting with his ancestors, can access a higher power. Nen, in its purest form, is tied to the essence of who we are and what connects us to a greater whole. For Kurapika, this quest could be what he needed to finally free himself from his emotional chains and understand that his true mission is not just revenge, but a deep connection with the roots of his people, with the history that still needs to be written. However, the discovery of his ancestors will not be simple. The Dark Continent is a dangerous place, and the presence of forces we do not yet fully understand could be an obstacle to Kurapika's evolution. Perhaps the continent itself is a guardian of secrets that should not be revealed or that cannot be understood by someone still carrying so many unresolved personal and emotional issues. Perhaps, when faced with the true history of his ancestors, Kurapika will be forced to confront his own limitations and the internal dilemmas that haunt him. But I believe this confrontation is necessary for him to evolve as an individual and as a hunter. And in the end, he will be able to understand the purpose of his existence in a much deeper and richer way. If the Dark Continent is indeed the place where the powers of Nen have older and more mysterious roots, Kurapika could be the one who, by coming into contact with these mysteries, masters a new type of Nen, one that may go beyond what we already know. His mastery over Chain Jail and Judgment Chain could be just the beginning of a journey that will take him to a new level of consciousness and power. And who knows, by reconstituting the history of the Kurta Clan and the Dark Continent itself, he might become a central figure. Perhaps the new link between the ancient secrets of Nen and the future of the Hunters. I would say that Kurapika's importance in the Dark Continent arc is much more than the simple pursuit of revenge or justice. He could be the bridge between the past and the future, the link between the ancient traditions of his clan and the renewal that will come when he finally understands the true meaning of his power. The Dark Continent, with its aura of mystery and incomprehensible power, could be the place where he finally becomes what he was destined to be, a master of Nen, but also a guardian of his people's lost history. Hunters, that was our video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed our video, subscribe to the channel as it is still very new, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.